Today we're going to talk about what to do when you're reading with a student that comes to a word that they do not know. So I'm going to use the example of we were reading this Minecraft book and it comes to, I'm sorry dear, I'm so, and then my student stops and doesn't know the word. The first thing I do is I ask the student to tell me the letters that they see. That forces them to look at every letter in the word instead of just looking at the first letter and guessing every word they know that begins with that letter. So for this word, it's Scatterbrained. And a lot of times when students have taken the time to look at every letter, then all of a sudden they know the word. Research tells us that even excellent readers, their eye still looks at every letter in a word. So this is what we're trying to train our students to do instead of just looking at the first letter. So what I would do next, if I have a whiteboard handy, I would have them write that word on the whiteboard, and then I would have them look at the word and identify all of the vowels in the word. Again, this is something that tells you, again, does my student know what the vowels are? And you might be surprised, even older students might not know as automatically as they should. So I have gone through and I've identified all the vowels. Then I would ask my student the question, are the vowels together or are they apart? And in this word, we have a couple different examples. We have vowels that are apart, but then we have these two vowels here that are together. So let's first look at our vowels that are together. And you need to ask your student at this point, do you know, are those vowels working as a vowel team? Are they working together, those two vowels, to make one sound? Or are they making two separate sounds? And if your student doesn't know what a vowel team is, then you kind of tuck that away and say, okay, we're gonna work on that. So at the moment, you're gonna just tell them AI is a vowel team and this is working together to make the long A sound, okay? So this is gonna be like one sound here. For the rest of them, so we have 4 different vowel sounds in this word. So I'm gonna write 4 lines underneath here, and each one of those 4 lines is going to represent a syllable in this word. So I would go through and I would have the student look at these first 2, and we have 2 consonants between our 2 vowels here, and generally speaking we're going to divide between 2 consonants. So I'm going to have my student write the first syllable on that first line. Then I'm going to have him look at this next. Ooh, wow, look, we have a lot of space here between our 2 vowel sounds here. Now, something I also noticed with our second vowel, the letter that's right behind it is an R. So this is going to be an R, what we call an R-controlled vowel. So this is going to make a sound on its own, and we're going to separate our next syllable right after that. So here is our next syllable, and here we have our syllable with the vowel team. So we're going to write that here, and then your student might notice, ooh, ED. That's our suffix. So now we've taken this really big word that they might not know, and we've divided it into the 4 syllables because it has 4 vowel sounds. Every syllable has a vowel sound. And then it's much easier for our student to decode. They might even recognize that this is a word all on its own. So they would go scatterbrained, and then we would blend it all together and you have scatterbrained. Then I would have the student write the word one more time and read the word. And here they've learned a new word. I would go back to how it's used in the story, talk about how it's used if this is a new word for them, maybe have them use it in a story, repeat the word one more time quickly, and then continue reading the book. Hope this is helpful.